Well, g'day and welcome to JoeJoeMoto. Here we stand with a dirty old KTM. Now you know that I'm a beater guy now, through and through. When I say dirty old KTM, I mean literally it's dirty, it's old, and it's a KTM. This is Mr. Luke's bike, as you know. We've ridden this plenty of times, and he's been kind enough to let us use it a bunch of times and whatever, so it's time to do a bit of work on it. There's something not so good, so let's get into that and I'll show you what's going on. Alright, so the last time Mr. Luke rode the bike was after fixing the clutch line, which helped him sort out and got that all done. But then he said, I think it's overheating, there's something not right, there's something not, you know, it seems to be losing water and just not running right and whatever else. And yeah, so we stopped riding and pulled up to have a look at what's going on, and I'll just show you quickly what's happening. It's very interesting. Okay, so let's take the radiator cap off, which is currently fully dry at the moment by the looks of it. But oh my gosh, is it fully locked? No, it's not seized. Okay, that's gonna be it. So, can you guys hear that bubbling coming out of there? And after the bike had just ran, and you did give it an actual good couple of kicks, it was smoke and combustion coming out of there, so we got a pretty good idea about what's going on, I think. Alright, so by my guesstimations, the O-rings on the top of the cylinder head, where the head cap meets the actual cylinder head, they're gone. There's been corrosion and stuff around there for years, and who knows, it's never had a top end. We've never done a top end on it, so today is that day. First things first, I can't work on a bike this dirty, so we're going to get it outside. We're going to give it a good wash and you know, just give it a good spray down and get most of the mud off of it. We'll take the tank and seat and everything off and give it a good spray down again, because I just don't want anything obviously dropping into the engine. I bought just a cheap top end kit for it, and so we'll just take it apart and then assess what's going on. Fingers crossed, it just, like I said, it's just those O-rings at the top, but we'll wait and see. We'll just pull it apart and see what happens. So anyway, let's get it outside and give it a good bath. It's disgusting. Beautiful sunset and a wash. How nice is that? Now we're just going to take it back in the shed and let it dry off. So now that it is spotlessly clean, it's time to start pulling some stuff off to get to the whatever's going on in there. So we're going to do the expansion chamber off there, and we'll get all of the, you know, water pipes and that sort of stuff, and the engine mounts, and then we'll be able to take the head off and see what's really happening in there. Mucking around with these things with like pliers and whatever is just no fun at all, so I highly recommend the spring puller. They're so good. Alright, just a very quick sponsorship, not sponsorship, Tool Pro, super cheap auto. I bought this with my own money, and man, this kit is amazing. It was on special. I was just sick of using old tools and that sort of thing, so oh my gosh, it's so nice using this kit. Hey, it's got everything you need to do bike work, so whew, loving it, loving it, loving it. Alright. Okay, I could be totally wrong here, but I don't think this is supposed to happen with expansion chambers. Yeah, that ain't supposed to happen, is it? And we have just the thing, KTM hammer. Oh gosh. going to try and get some of this water slash coolant out of here so that I can see just exactly how much is just sitting in the cylinder sort of thing. So I'm just going to suck some out of here. Probably should have got rid of all the water out of it right when all of this first happened so we don't get rusting of all the cylinders and everything, you know. Water sitting in it for ages. Alright, moment of truth, knocking off the head cap here and we'll see what's going on inside. There we go. Really want to see the O-rings and what's happening. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. Well, there you go, that O-ring's blown right out there. From there to there, you can see there's been no contact of O-ring at all. So there's the O-ring, and it's fully blown out. There you go. And it is a mess. Alright, well, as you see, it was a full blowout of the O-ring, thankfully. I sort of knew that's what it was. I was hoping that's what it was. But as you can see, the bore has a bit of rust on it and stuff now, so we have to tidy all that up, clean everything up. So we'll get the cylinder head, the actual cylinder head itself off now, because we're doing a top end anyway. So yeah, realistically we could just clean the bore a little bit, chuck a new O-ring in and be done with it. But you know, let's do it somewhat right, hey? Okie dokie, we are ready to go. Okay, I know what we need to get away when we put it all back together is this thing here. Get rid of that pipe. Phew! It's all off. This is looking alright. Maybe some water down there we need to... Gosh. It's definitely got movement. Well, that's not my call, so if it was my bike and I was keeping it for a very long time, I would be pulling that engine and doing the bottom end. So that is up to Mr. Luke. We just need to get the bike upside down, literally just tip the bike upside down, spray a whole bunch of WD and water dispersant sort of stuff up in there. That's going to be a start, rather than just water sitting in there by the sounds of it. Not sure how much we got of that, but the bike is upside down and a whole bunch of water came out, so we're just going to spray a whole lot of water dispersant in there and kick it over and move it around a little bit with some WD and whatever in there. So should be right sitting like that for a little while. There's no harm in that now. Okie dokie, there we go, now we're off. Little end bearings all fine, there's nothing weird or crazy, it's not missing any rollers, there's no huge scoring or anything in any certain spots, that's alright. The piston actually looks pretty good, like there's no sort of massive scoring or anything like that. Little mark there, but the rings still move and all that sort of stuff, so yeah, overall it's in pretty good nick. I mean, I'm not using a dial gauge or anything crazy, I'm just feeling it out, but you know, there is a little tiny bit of play in there. Alright, so last night I chatted to Mr. Luke about it once I sort of had it apart and had it sitting upside down and did all that stuff. If it was my bike and I was keeping it for, I don't know, whatever, another 10 or 15 years, I might do a bottom end in it. The bike itself is only really, you know, I think Mr. Luke paid $1,500 or maybe $2,000 for it. So, you know, it's not worth a lot of money. Are you going to put $700 into a bottom end? We've already put a couple $100 into the top end. I don't know. He's going to make the final judgment call, but if it was me, it was running fine before, there was no knocks or anything like that, I'd just be slapping it back together. I mean, you can see by the bike, sorry Mr. Luke, I know you watch my videos, but he doesn't take care of the bike. It doesn't get service, maintenance, washed, anything like that. So realistically, chuck a piston in it, get it running again, and just keep going. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. That's what I'd be doing. So anyway, we'll wait for his call. Hopefully on the upcoming little scenes here, he'll be in the shed with us and starting to put it back together. We just need to clean all the parts, clean everything down, and get it ready to sort of slap back together. We're going to check that power valve too. It's something that's never worked on it properly. So yeah, let's wait and hear what happens, and I'll see you on the next little segment bit here, I guess. Drop it in the comments below, let me know what you would do. If this is your bike, what would you do? Would you be throwing money at it, or would you just be putting it back together and just run it hard? Realistically, the worst thing that can happen, I guess, is if it blows the bottom end, something will seize up, but you know, we fix the bottom end anyway, unless it splits a case or something weird. But anyway, let's wait and see what happens.